G'day! Today I'm having a quick look at the iPhone 12, which personally I don't think it's a phone I would go for, but I thought I'd have a look at it to get a bit of a repairman's perspective. So this is actually the first time I've ever held one. It does feel a bit different compared to normal. Granted, this is back to the iPhone 5 era, so what old is new once more. I do like the frosted back on it, but as you can see, it is a fingerprint magnet. Won't matter when probably 60% of these have covers on it. Buttons, big, bulky, tactile. Lock switch, same as it ever was. Nothing along the top. An antenna cut out of some variety. Another one here. Do like the power button being in a reachable position. Just over on the side, just here. As opposed to some, I think the S10 Plus, where the power button feels like it's right up here in a completely unreachable position. Strangely, the notch is still relevant. Apple's definitely stuck with it. Everyone else has forgotten about it and given it up. On the bottom, do see less vents on the bottom compared to previous years. So if we zoom in, 3 on one side, and I've got 5 over here. Charger port looks the same as it always is. I do like it how the screen is completely flat on this model, which typically the less exposure of glass means the less chance of breakage of glass. Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking with this one. As opposed to something like my Mi Mix, which you get on the right angle of it. You can see it does have a slight curvature to it, where the screen does lift up. Typically what I see on most phones is these bottom ducts, bottom holes do get clogged up, which less would mean either A, it's going to get clogged up quicker and be noticeable quicker, or B, which in my instance, it means it'll be easy to clean because there's less of them to clear out. So that is one advantage. The biggest thing I feel like though holding this is I'm going to see a lot of phones with chassis flex, where I feel like I can just grab the phone and just twist it that way, and it will just virtually snap it in half. So I will be expecting to see a lot more chassis flex compared to earlier models of iPhones, just because they are thinner and squarer, rather than having a curvature around it. So that is one thing I'm definitely going to see a lot of. So the glass is definitely going to get broken as always. Yet to see how easy it will be to replace the glass on this as opposed to the X and the XS, and also the 11s. But yeah, my biggest concern with this is going to be twisted chassis. So you're going to look straight down the center here, and it's going to have a huge bow to it, bent like a banana, straight through. Overall, it does feel nice, but time will tell how well these truly go. For the minute, what's old is new once more, considering we've now jumped back to what was essentially the iPhone 5 era, with this boxier design. As we can see, if I hold it up to here, strangely there's really not that much difference, except the curvature on this one. Granted, it is a smaller phone compared to my Mi Mix 3 5G, which is a phone that I've been reluctant to replace. If I do replace it, I will be going for something that's probably 120 Hz display. The other thing that I am cautious of with these is the serialization of parts, where the rear cameras, the display, more than likely the IR, the flood illuminator, and the battery are all serialized to this model, so you cannot swap them. Granted, I believe the Japanese or Chinese will crack that eventually, as they seem to break down the defenses of Apple quite well, especially with a device like this. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the iPhone 12. Catch us later.